Hi friends, so I'm on a run and I thought there's this really overwhelming urge for me to record what I was saying, and I was going a bit too hard to run with you, plus I thought maybe the wind, but we'll see. Glorious. So today I had a realisation, as happens most days to be fair for quite a lot of us I'm sure, but my realisation was that when we have certain beliefs about ourselves that are continuously reinforced in the environments and the places and spaces we choose to exist in, our biggest point of power is how we're choosing to see ourselves and where we move from as a consequence of the actions of people around us. So what I'm referring to is, like, if we tell a story about ourselves or about something personal to us, and you can kind of feel that the reaction is a bit empty or a little bit judgmental or, you know, a little bit not what you were hoping for on a conscious or unconscious level, I feel like there's so much power to be found in that place of just deciding, I'm always well received. I'm always well received. The universe is here to build me up. Everything is working out for me. Nothing is inevitably tragic about life. I get to create the meaning. Glorious, right? And as we kind of settle in deeper and deeper to the truth that we can trust ourselves, and the truth that actually it doesn't matter what anyone else says or thinks, even if I retreat away from people whilst I'm nourishing these aspects of me, I think that the right people and places are going to get it. And even if they don't get it now, in a few years' time, who knows, right? Who knows? So the more we sink into the deepness of trust within our own being and our own path and our own plan, it doesn't mean that we piss on anyone else's parade, or like, everyone has a lesson for us, everyone has a gift, everyone has something that we can learn from them. And when people are threatened by someone else being authentic and being themselves, it's just because they actually admire you. This came up in a beautiful mastermind call I had yesterday with a course that I'm a part of, and our coach was talking about how when someone actually does feel those emotions towards you, it's probably because they admire those things subconsciously and they haven't been able to accept that aspect of themselves or see themselves in a way where that's actually a reality for them. So when people are downtrodden and kind of blaming you for that reason, I think it's extra important that we're loving and kind to ourselves. And there's a lot of talk about standing in your power and, you know, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks because you're an island unto yourself in this spiritual community. And to that I say, pish, because we are an interdependent species. And even if I'm a reflector from human design, so I feel this more innately, our connection is part of what makes us human, our connection to all aspects of life. And the more we can see our similarities in that space, the easier it becomes. The more we can learn to accept that someone else is allowed to have their truth without us adopting it for ourselves, we can say things like, I accept your reality as it is, or I understand that must be hard for you right now. And just acknowledging someone else where they are, it doesn't mean you're choosing it for yourself. You feel me? I think there's a lot of kind of toxic detachment that can happen in spiritual communities, and I'm not here for it. I don't think disassociation and isolation is the answer. I certainly think it's a stage of evolution for each of us to have this empowering journey within ourselves and to learn to reflect on that, whatever that means for us deeply and innately. This is just some things that are flowing through me right now that obviously needed to be shared, because otherwise I'm just going to explode. And the more we share from this place of innateness of like, actually I have no expectation or purpose for sharing this, but it's flowing through me and it feels good to allow it to flow through me. I think the more we become our true self, the more we are aligned with something that feels more authentic. And even when the darkness is strong, it doesn't make us the light. It doesn't make us the darkness either. It makes us a mishmash combination of the both, because we are everything and everything is us. And if you see it, it's you. If you feel it, it's you. It's also not you. It's also not you at all. So what we choose to identify with creates our reality. What we choose to move forward in our reality creates the foundation of our premise. It also creates isolation, detachment, and individualistic thinking that could self-destruct the planet in its own special ways. So, you know, that being said, just accept people where they are, man. Just let them hate on you and take some space. Let them say mean shit and just shine double as bright. I'm not the kind of person that thinks you need to persist with these kinds of relationships if they're genuinely hurting you, if they're making you feel insignificant, if they're making you feel like what you have to do to be friends with that person is to double shine and consciously outshine their negativity. I think that's fucking pointless waste of my energy. I would much rather take the time to spend alone, to invest in the places and spaces that nourish me, aka YouTube, because this does really nourish me. I gift you the complete authenticity of what I experience internally. I have no intention to convince you that I have the answers to life or anything along that line, because I fucking don't. I just have certain ways in which have worked for me, and I know that if I had found this information put together in this way, it would have worked for me. And that doesn't make it better or worse than anything else that's out there. And there's so much hate for spiritual influencers or coaches. And again, to that, I sort of say, don't we hate the thing that most resonates? Don't we hate the thing that most resonates?